the end of the day, Rocket League is a game all about scoring more goals than your opponents. This means that the more you can keep your opponents out of your own nets, the better chance you have to win. So in today's video, we'll be discussing all of the ways that you can avoid giving up silly goals in Rocket League. I like this control right out the gate. This is smart, but right here, this is an exact moment where we're going to talk about understanding what's happening with the opponents. One thing you should always pay attention to when you're kind of in this situation, especially depending on how much boost you have. First of all, I want you to notice the gap between where you are and where this net is when you're hitting this reset. It is so far away from the net that even if you do get a good one, it's pretty likely that this guy's going to be able to make a save. It's right. From this far away, it's pretty unlikely. What we want to always check on while we're carrying the ball through the air like this is where is the open space. Because currently, any shot that gets dropped down, like in the lower part of the net, is very easily defended. We have one player coming back here and another one already sitting in net. This is the open space. Like the top part of the net and the backboard is the open space. So we want to always try to take the ball away from where the defense is. And this is tough when you're carrying the ball through the air because a lot of us are just like staring right here. Like this is where we're looking, and I get caught doing this too. But if you can use your peripherals, like as you're looking at the ball, to just kind of see where these guys are, it'll tell you where you should go with it. More often than not, the simplest play is the best one to go for. Even in like GC2, a simple air dribble can still be incredibly effective. You'd be surprised how hard it is for some people to actually defend it. But it also allows you to recover faster, because when doing something like this, like, yeah, if it works, it could be a goal, it could be incredible. But if you mess it up, you're just like, here's the ball, guys. Have fun with that 2v1 against my teammate while I try to get back out of here.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
But yeah, so yeah, just be careful with that. Because yeah, I don't know why that guy does not take control of that ball and just bangs it into the sidewall. Yeah, like that's just an absolute boom for no reason. It's just like, okay. He does actually get back up and get another like insane redirect off the sidewall, but yeah, that all comes down to you just dropping the ball in front of them and being like, here you go. Yeah. Hey,
that was kind of the highlight of this game. It's a lot of kickoff goals, a lot of lucky goals.
We love the lucky ones. Lucky ones are fantastic.
Unlucky.
Oh dear. Yeah. Also,
I was trying to steer out of my teammate's boy in that position, and I realized I ended up, going right where he would have gone even if he hit the ball.
Yeah, so one thing you can do in this moment when you land, if you see your teammate here, which in most cases at the higher ranks he probably will have cheated up, so he probably will be here. It's real tempting to just continue in this direction because that's the, we're facing that way, that's the natural direction to go. But since we have our teammate coming this way, the easiest thing to do is like, yeah, it's awkward, but just go out of his way. Any way you can, just don't interfere with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you, like, if you were in this position, you're looking at the ball. You're not trying to figure out how to avoid your teammate who's driving in front of you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, so if you ever find yourself, like, awkwardly in front of your teammate like this, just try to, like, go in the opposite direction from where they're going, because it'll help you get away from them. Just, try to just drive in the opposite direction if you see them coming forward full steam, because typically they're not looking for how to avoid you, because in most of these cases, they're relying on the player who's, like, in front of the ball to like be paying attention to how to get around the person coming onto the ball, because it shouldn't be their responsibility to play the ball and get around us at the same time. It should be our responsibility to get out of their way. Yeah, this is overall good positioning through here. The one thing I would say here is be careful of touches like this. And this is another situation where we don't know exactly what our teammate is planning on doing. And the last thing we really want to do is just chuck the ball into the midfield when it's very possible that our teammate is going to be focused on recoveries. Because from this position, my expectation is my teammate is going to immediately look for boost and, like, inevitably, almost definitely flip out of here. Yeah, because the other thing is we do have to consider, like, if they're on 0, even if they could get, like, 1 pad, that's still not an ideal situation for them to turn on, especially if this guy's still back. Like, they probably still wouldn't even go for that. So we don't want to put this ball into a dangerous position where we're now out of the play and we're giving it up to our opponent for a possible, like, 1v1 or 2v1. So in this situation here, we have a bit of space with where this guy is. There's nothing wrong if we just drive with this ball and carry it up the wall here. Because this ball is going to bounce against the wall, so if we just drive this way and stay with it, we can probably just keep control. And then that'll allow us to buy time for our teammate to possibly get a couple more pads and turn around. And then we can get a controlled pass out to him after we have a bit of control, rather than just chipping it off the sidewall and hoping that he's there, because I think he got, like, one pad, and now he's, you can see based on where he's going
to stop him from scoring it on our net.
Yeah, this is an awkward spot for him, because he just has no, like, even if he gets a touch here, it ain't gonna be great. So you ended up putting him in an awkward spot by just banging this thing off the sidewall, when we could have just had control. Yeah, so this is...
those, like, Hail Mary plays.
Yeah, this is definitely best case scenario, because in most cases, like, if you replay this play a couple times, you're probably getting scored on, like, at least 7 of the 10 times.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, on kickoffs like this, is this something that you communicate to your teammate, or do you just kind of wander out in this direction and hope that he sends it this way?
I, honestly, in this position, I can't remember. Usually I just kind of wander. But the reason I wander in a certain direction is because, like, specifically on that kickoff, is because there's no other boost pads. If I were to go challenge or beat on that, I would have only had 33 boosts, and that was my kind of perspective on it, because he's always going to go grab those middle boosts, you know?
What you'll see at a high level, because obviously your teammate's going to be taking these pads up the middle, like you said, at least at the GC level, one of the common methods for cheating on this kickoff is we go this way, grab this boost, but then immediately turn back to the middle of the field. And the reason we do that is because we want to make sure that we're still in the middle of the field, because then whatever direction the ball goes, obviously we can react to it. If we're all the way over here, and the ball, like, trickles out here to the left, now not only are we in an awkward spot having to rush back, but now we're probably in a 1v1 with whoever their cheating player is if they just stayed in the middle. So we don't ever want to, like, put all of our eggs in one basket on one side of the field, especially because we have no idea where that ball is going to go. So it's much better to keep our options as open as possible, rather than hoping that where we are ends up being the right spot.
Right.
And then that one is, I think you just didn't quite realize the situation you were in. Because I think you saw your teammate come behind you, so you thought you had support. But the thing we have to realize is he is completely starved out. He went for the kickoff, he's getting beat to the mid boost, he goes back. Like, he is completely starved to boost as he comes back. So our goal at this point now is we might as well treat ourselves as last man back. Because if we get beat, there is absolutely no world that our teammate is able to get out to a challenge before this shot comes in. The other thing we need to realize is we're currently jumping and we're defending the corner. like that's what we're in front of. Which, you know, like, sure, we can jump here if we had a teammate that was, like, fully prepared to defend, because then we can force this guy off the ball. But seeing as how we're kind of in an awkward spot, we'd like to take a better angle on this challenge, maybe even honestly drive up the backboard.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I rewatched this replay the first time. I was thinking the best scenario for literally what he did. If I just went to the backboard, I would have been able to easily clear out his shot. If you watch it, he literally just taps it right to the backboard.
Yep. Like, because also from the backboard, even if he does put this ball, like, towards the net, you can defend it. But, like, you are so far away from the goal that I am not concerned at all about the ball actually going into the net from this air dribble. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, that is not a threat. I do not need to send myself at this. It is probably going to end up worse if I dive, which is unfortunately exactly what happens because our poor teammate has missed every single boost pad on his way back. Yeah, I don't know how he missed all of them.
He wave dashed to try to get back as soon as possible, it looks like, but then he also missed that boost pad and the boost pad before the one he's in front of. I think he was probably going for both of those.
It's unfortunate for sure. Because if he had 24 boosts, he might have been able to get a touch on it. But yeah, unfortunate for sure.
But
well, now that we've scored 10 goals in the first 2 minutes, this is
11.
This is another one where we just boom it towards the net for no real reason. And again, if we just took a quick second to look at this guy, like, he's not challenging this ball at all. If we could here, like, it's fine to get a powerful touch, but ideally, if we could put it up to the backboard, that's even better. This is definitely another case of just look for the open space and try to hit the ball there, because that tends to work out at pretty much every level, especially with where that guy is. If that ball gets smacked hard to the backboard, it's going to be a real difficult read for him to make with where he is. And then here, you're going to end up going down by a goal, and I think you just linger slightly too long in your opponent's half after picking up this boost. I think you might be expecting that your teammate is going to be further upfield than he is. But he's not, because he went all the way back to the corner. Yeah. Off the kickoff, which kind of makes sense based on where he lands right there and the fact that he's like already being propelled backwards. But one thing I would recommend, so you get this boost, but for some reason your plan is to turn this way. Which even if your teammate was here, doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there's nothing you can really do from this area of the field. Right. So yeah, boost and then just get out of there because you also don't know where this other guy is. And he very easily could be chasing you down to bump you out of the play here.
Right.
But yeah, and then you just you're like lingering while your opponent is like in control of the ball and it's going to cause you to get back just a little bit too slow. You go a little bit faster and this bump is a lot more possible.
Yeah, I tried to get the demo on him. I was just a little too late.
Yeah, at a certain point, like, once you decide that you're going to go for the demo, there's also nothing wrong with you taking ball cam off here. Because it's okay to think that our teammate can handle this guy. The thing he can't handle is any kind of pass, but if we eliminate the passing option, it's fine. At the point, like, I can tell you're planning on going for this bump. Like, you have angled for it. You just aren't looking at it. Which means that your chances of getting it are minimal.
That was a terrible miss. I don't know how they didn't score on this, but that was atrocious. Like, that was such an easy ball to go for, and I just whiffed completely.
Yeah, I think
I don't do that often at all. That's weird, man.
I think we're actually gonna see this tendency of the way you're gonna jump a couple of times in this last minute, and it's the fact that you end up going too fast forward, which means your ability to get up into the air is more difficult because your speed is carrying you straight forward. Like, yeah, we want to get to the ball fast, but also with where this guy is, there's really no pressure on this ball, so we don't need to go that fast. So we could actually go a bit slower and maybe try for some control here. Because I don't know what, like, in a perfect world, I'm pretty sure you're just planning on hitting this back towards the corner. I don't think you're planning...
I was trying to go for a shot because I've seen him, like, far up, and I thought that if I had gone fast and gotten a shot on, that I might have had a goal, even though I didn't need it. That's why I was, like, really annoyed that I even went for this because I didn't need to go for it. Like I did, you know? Yeah,
because in this, like, even if we do put a ball on target, again, this guy's defense has been questionable this game, but more often than not, a guy in this position will save it because there's just very hard to generate power. And even if we do get a touch, that's still going to leave both our teammate and ourselves flopping into their corner. Landing awkwardly. So yeah, a little bit more control on this ball with our jump. Like, the ideal situation here, like, this ball is fine to go for because we don't want to also, like, just leave it for them. But an ideal situation is we go up, we get a light touch, and are able to bring it with us, like, towards this wall or into the corner, so that we can just maintain possession of it rather than just trying to get a single touch on it, which is just going to end up giving it away to our opponents. And they don't score because your teammate recovers fast enough.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Now I realize it. I didn't realize he recovered so quick.
Yeah, he actually boosts down right to where he needs to be.
I have my ball cam off. That's why I have my ball cam off the whole time.
Of course, thank you everybody so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below so you make sure you don't miss any future Rocket League content. Additionally, if you'd like to be a bit more involved in the community that we're building here, feel free to join my Discord, which I'll have linked down in the description. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.